Hey guys, it's Chloe and today I filmed this bronze smoky eye and I really love the way it turned out, especially with the dark lip. I think it looks amazing. I hope you enjoy the video as much as I enjoyed filming it for years, and we're just going to jump straight into it. To start off, I'm going to prime using my Benefit Professional, but usually I use my beauty blender and my dogs ate it. So I have ordered a new one, but it takes like 2 to 3 days to come. So today I'm going to try. I've seen it going around a little bit, like a new trend of everybody going back to using the fingers, which is what I used to do to apply my makeup before like the beauty blender that came out, because I just can't work with a brush. So today I'm going to attempt to apply my base products with my fingers and see how it turns out. So I'm just going to put this in the place. This feels really weird. I've never really like touched this. Yeah, I'm just going to put it in the places that I would usually prime. The weirdest bit is going to be foundation, but I'm going to go in first of all my Dior Air Flash and just squirt that right down the middle, and then I'm going to go on my L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hour, just the original. This is really weird, but I'm just going to try and blend this in with my fingers. I used to love doing this, and I was always like, why does everybody use a brush? Because it's like when you go to apply your moisturiser or anything like that, obviously your fingers is like the best way, because you can really like push the product into your skin and let it absorb it, especially using the warmth of your fingers too, just warms up the product. So while I'm waiting for my beauty blender to come, I might as well try it. It's not looking too bad at the minute, it just needs a little bit of work. Wasn't too bad trying to blend it with my fingers, but the only thing is that the coverage isn't quite as full as it usually is using the beauty blender. But what I didn't think about was concealer. Like, how am I supposed to blend this in using my fingers? I really don't think that this one is going to work, but I'm still going to try it. That beauty blender that I have, I was down to like my last one, so I was treasuring it, and then obviously my dogs got hold of it. But I do have like other ones, but they're not original beauty blenders, and they're quite shit. You do get more product use if you do it with your fingers, I suppose, because obviously there's nothing soaking it up. So now I've put a little bit too much on, so it's an even bigger challenge for me to blend this in with my fingers. I quite like how it looks though. I want to set on my face using the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Applying everything with my fingers I haven't done it in like 3 years. It was really weird to go back to, but it wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to turn out. I had high hopes for it, but then again I thought this is going to be a disaster, because ever since the beauty blender came out I've been using that. So, but I do feel as though everything blended in fine. It just took a little bit longer than it usually would, which I thought would be quicker using your fingers. I guess the beauty blender, it does help like an awful lot with just getting it right into the skin. My only thing with the beauty blender is that it does soak up like a lot of product, and I'm still not 100% sure whether they're actually like, what's the word, like clean, like sanitary or not. Because I ripped mine open and after I just cleaned it, and obviously I thought it was clean. I spent about a good 15 minutes scrubbing it, and then inside of it I could see all of this foundation just stuck in it, and then it was coming out like when you burst a spot. It was disgusting. I'm going with my Hoola bronzer, another thing that my dog ate. She's a lovely dog though. But yeah, I'm just going to use this to warm up my face around the perimeter of it. And I tend to do this before eyebrows, because then I can see the shape that my face is gonna turn into once I'm done contouring and bronzing and highlighting and everything. This just gives me like a little head start on my neck, just using this huge bronzer. I always have to bronze my neck because I can never find a foundation that matches my neck. And this sounds really weird, but my face is actually darker than the rest of my body. Usually it's like the other way around. I don't know if it's just because of like my freckles and all my hyperpigmentation that it appears darker. But yeah, I can never find any foundation light enough to match my little Casper the Ghost Neck. Brows, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Brow Wiz. And just fill them in and slightly overdraw the tail. Now I'm going to set my eyebrows using Benefit's Ready Set Brow Clear Brow Gel. And I dyed my hair the other day, like I re-dyed my roots, so I thought I'd dye my eyebrows too. I just used the hair dye that I use for my hair, and it's been like a million times easier to draw my brows in, because they're like the same colour as the actual eyebrow pencil now. Literally takes me like 2 minutes and I don't have to put a brow powder on top. I mean, I guess you could use a little bit at the ends, but you just look like 10 times better now that I've actually dyed the hair to the same colour as the pencil. Like, I use this little thin side to get right on these little hairs that I've got growing at the bottom, because my eyebrows are quite thick. Like, I only draw them onto the thickness that they actually are, and I think that's pretty thick. But like, the hairs at the bottom are like really short and really blonde. The tails are a bit shady, but yeah, and nothing really picks them up. With this brush, if I just run it right at the bottom of my eyebrow and just where all those little hairs are, it really picks them up and makes them stand out. So my eyebrow just looks a lot fuller and a lot less like drawn on. Now for contour, I'm going to go in with this really cool tone shade from my Morphe palette. This shade is literally like straight up grey, and I'm like straight up white, but for some reason it just does so good at contouring my cheeks. Like, because I'm so light, and every other contour product that I've tried, I've not really tried many high-end, mainly from the drugstore. They always just seem to come up like muddy on me. But this shade, it can get a little muddy sometimes if I don't blend it out properly. But it really does work for contouring, and it doesn't make my pale skin look too muddy. I'm pretty much done with like the all over face products. I'm gonna apply some Dior Lip Maximizer. I never really hear anybody talk about this. It's like, it's a lip plumper, but it has collagen active in it, and actually I feel as though it actually does make my lips bigger, like not just when I've got it on, but like over time. My lips are tiny as it is, and they're like uneven, stuff like that. I have a few problems with my lips, but this really does, like, I do see a difference when I'm like using this in my skincare routine as well as makeup, that it just makes them look a lot bigger. Could you ever imagine a time when my lips were thinner than this before I started using it? I'm going to go on with this from my MAC palette, and then this little warm peachy one. I'm just going to mix them both together, because I don't want anything too crazy and warm, but I don't want anything too cool toned at the same time, if you know what I mean. I want a little bit of both. And I know I apply blush quite weird. I don't put it like here on the apples of my cheeks, I put it like right back here, kind of like what they used to in the 80s, but I have a big head, and it helps sort my face shape out a bit, because it's quite a strange one. Highlight, I'm going to go in with this shade from my Sleek palette and this shade from my MAC palette, because I don't want to go, I would use Ice Cold, which is like my go-to highlight, but I want to be a little bit more golden and warm today, because I am doing quite a bronzy eye, so just mix both them shades together. And I don't know if I want to blind or whether I just want to be lightly highlighted. Now this is going to start looking crazy, because I'm going to go in first of all with a cream. It's a brown eyeliner, but it can also be used as a cream shadow. I'm first going to set my eyes with like just this shade in my palette, just a lighter shade. I always hit pan on this shade in my 35Os or in any palette that I own. But yeah, I'm going to set my eyes with this, and then I'm going to go straight in with the cream so that I can apply it just directly onto my lid. And then my transition shades will help blend it out, rather than me risking ruining my transition shades, because it is a really dark colour. And I'm just going to go like straight in with my finger, because I feel as though I'll get a better application with my finger than with a brush. I'm just going to start patting it on the lid. That looks beautiful. I look really creepy right now, but I've got it a little bit too far up here, so I'm gonna take a Q-tip and clean it up. And then just redust over that with that setting shade. I have two of these brushes. They're like a flat brush, but it's like fluffy on the top, and I'm gonna try and blend the cream shadow out with one of these. And then I'm gonna use the other one to also blend out the powder eyeshadows that I'm going to go with for my transition. I don't think this is going to blend out very well. My transition shade, I'm going to go in with the lightest brown in this palette. Is this the lightest brown? The lightest brown in this palette. And I'm just going to put that through my crease, right above this brown shadow. And hopefully I'll look a little less crazy. And this will also help to blend out that cream shadow as I apply more on top. With this longer, flatter brush, and I'm going to go in with this brown here and mix it with a bit of this darkest brown too. And I'm going to try and get that as deep into the crease as possible, just above, almost on top of this cream shadow. Now I'm going to go in with the other blending brush and just blend it into the transition shade so that there's no harsh lines between the colours. Going back in with this transition shade, there's nothing more on the brush, it's just whatever product was left, just to make sure that this stays nice and pigmented. Now the thing with a smoky eye is that obviously when it's at the stage it looks a hot mess, or at least it does for me, but you just got to keep blending, keep building until you get your desired look. Going in with this dark brown shade again, and I'm literally just going to touch this black because it's more like a dark grey, and I'm just going to put this on the outer corner just to really smoke this part out. Now to bring this all together, I'm going to go in with this bronzy shade. It looks dark in the palette, but it's just like a deep bronzy gold, and I'm just going to go in with it. Oh god, I picked up the wrong one. I'm just going to go in with it on my finger and just pat it right on top of that cream. And I applied down the dark brown base first to make sure that the colour stays really deep and dark, because it kind of has like a brown, like almost like dirty gold look to it. And I really wanted to keep that, but by the time it's on top of like a light eyelid, like a light eyelid shade, it does lose its like colour a bit. So that's why I applied the cream product first. Slightly blend it upwards, and then I'm just going to take the brush, the brush that I used for, I've lost it, the brush that I used for my outer corner, and with no more product on it, I'm just going to redefine the outer corner again. I might have to take a little bit more product. As I said earlier, it's all just like building and blending, especially when you're doing a really intense eye. And then again, take this brush and just blend the dark brown lash line. I'm going to just take a really thin brush. It kind of looks like, do you know when you're a kid and you got paint sets, it looks like that. But I'm just going to take that and dip it into like these two shades here. So it's dark but there's still a bit of warmth to it. I'm going to dip into that orange shade too. And I'm just going to put this right in the lower lash line, and I am going to connect it up to the shadow on the top lid. And I'm going about 2/3 of the way in with this shade. And I'm going to take the really dark shade and maybe mix it in with a little bit of the black on like a flat definer brush. And I'm going to run that really close to my waterline. Mainly focusing on the outer corner. On the outer corner I can bring it down just a little bit so it kind of like smudges out, and then I'm going to run it really close the more I go in. And then you can blend all that lightly with a blending brush or your finger, whichever works best. Just neat it up around the edges. Liner, I personally use this liner, All the Things Come Off Nearly, but it is by LA Colours and I like it mainly for the brush. The formula is great too, but the brush is like my favourite thing about it. And I've been using this for like 7 years, so like since I was like 12, and I just really love it, and it's only £1.
Hey guys, it's Editing Chloe here, and I realised that in this clip it's really long and really boring, so I thought this would be the perfect time to jump on and voice over my eyeliner part, because when you're doing it, obviously you can't breathe enough and you gotta like proper concentrate. So basically I start off by just drawing a line from the outer corner of my eye and flicking it out to the length that I want my wing, and then I'll just fill in the top of my lash line and go over top from like the middle of my eye and outwards, and then I just basically let the brush do what it wants to do, and I just keep building and building until it looks the way I want it to. So as you can see in this bit, I've drawn it out to the length that I want it, then I'm bringing it back in and then going to the other side and going across. This is how I get the template for my wing, but then I do thicken it as I go along. So here I am just filling it in, and I'm just keep on building and building the product, and as I said, I just let the brush pretty much take over. So like with eyeliner, you can't just go in thinking, oh, like I want to do this type of wing today, because it tends to not turn out like that and you just get frustrated. Just go on and try. You got to literally wing it and just keep building until it looks good. Sometimes you'll end up filling your entire eyelid, just putting some dramatic lashes, and it'll all be alright. But yeah, here I do keep looking back to my other eyelid to making sure that they're as even as I can possibly get them, as you can see. And yeah, I just keep flicking over and over, and then I do go onto the other eye and try and make it match the other eye. Also in this clip I have 3 mirrors around me. It's better to look at your eye through different angles and different distances to make sure that everything's looking okay and that it matches the other eye to the best it can.
For mascara, I'm just going to go with my Rimmel Day to Night. Is it Day to Night? Yeah, Day to Night mascara. For lashes, I'm going in with these ones from Violet Voss. I wear these like all the time. These are like just my go-to lashes, and they are beat to death. But yeah, then I just use this Isla Lash Adhesive Clear Latex Free, and I just put it on, and then I let it like sit for a minute. Because at first I used to be like, what's the point in that? I might as well just whack it straight on, but it honestly does work. Like what I do is I apply the glue to the lash band, I let it sit for a minute, and then I will place it just like on top of my lashes. I think I learned it off Nikki tutorials. Like put on the lash glue, let it get tacky, then let it just sit on your eyelashes and meet them, like meet the lashes. Then I'll do my lips, and then I'll like just take my fingers and press them really close to my lashes. Like get it to the lash line and press it like really hard down on my eyelashes. I don't curl my eyelashes because my dog also wears my eyelash curler, and I've just never repurchased a new one. So sometimes like they do, if I just put it on, like there will be a difference between my lash and the false lash. But if I just push them all really close together, especially if my mascara is still a little bit wet, they all just merge together. Now I'm just gonna go and put them on. And as I said, I'm just going to let them meet. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, you can see there's my lashes there. They're not actually pressed onto my eye yet. I just let them chill for a minute, let everybody hang out and get to know each other. And then yeah, later on I will go and push them down. For lips, I'm gonna go in with MAC's Spice. This is like my favourite lip liner from MAC. I tend to just say on a day to day, I'll just wear this all over my lips by itself. It really needs a sharpener, sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna go in with this first. And my lips are really complicated, I don't know if you can see. They're like really wonky and they don't have much like side to them. So it is quite hard, especially because I'm going to go with a really dark colour. It does make it really obvious, but I'll just work with it. Now that I'm lined, I'm going to go in with Gerard Cosmetics in the shade Boss Lady. This is one of the Hydra Matte Liquid Lipsticks. And it is beautiful. This is the final look, guys, and I think it is stunning. I love the way that the eyes turned out. My eyeliner went a little too thick and covered the bronze, but other than that, I love it. I will be taking like obviously like clear pictures of it now with a flash on, because I know it's quite hard to like see anything. My lighting's not great at the minute. So if you head over to my Instagram, which is Chloe Rochelle, then I'll leave like a link to it, or like my handle down below anyway, then you can see pictures of the actual look. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun creating it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Please like and subscribe. Bye.